Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my Blacadian universe. As we enter March, or Melanated March, as it is being called, I wanted to reflect a little bit on Black History Month. There's been a lot of attacks on Black people in particular. This Black History Month, I think people are feeling bold, as though it's okay to hate out loud again. And, there's always the naysayers that will say, you know, or naysayers, racists, that would say, how come we can't have a White History Month, always in time for Black History Month? And I just wanted to talk about this feeling that of, attack that many have been feeling lately, this malaise, this sort of, sense that things are all doom and gloom. And I want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. So, one of the things that I love about being Black and a Black woman is our ability to be joyful. Um, in my previous episode, check it out, just about why I choose to be Black, or why I want to be Black in every timeline, um, is, well, for many reasons, but that is one of them. So I talk a lot about in this podcast, in my life, about how anti-Blackness is so normalized that, we can have something, at like the BAFTA Awards where someone screams out the N-word and people think it's okay and go as far as to defend it, um, instead of just admitting that it was wrong and hurtful. The fact that grace wasn't extended to Black people, but the natural inclination is to go the other way always, is the kind of thing that normalizes and desensitizes people to violence, whether that be verbal violence or physical violence and harm against Black people. And it's something that some people are very aware of and choose to do it. And then some people are sort of passively, going along with the status quo. So they're just sort of saying, oh, well, they've been desensitized. They're not questioning it. They're not trying to decolonize their mind. They're not trying to unlearn these racist behaviors. So, they're just sort of like, oh, that's normal. I don't see anything wrong with it. So this attack on Blackness is normalized. And so one of the things that, and of course, just later, just having that celebration of Blackness, having Black people come together at the award show later, like the NCA and AACPs, and just sort of like celebrating and being joyful and having that resilience is something that's so powerful. So I believe that our ability to be joyful, to have hope, to live our lives, to find happiness, to shine in the face of such hatred, such attack, such dehumanization is our superpower. I feel all kind of ways about, go back and forth about Black people being described as magical and Black girl magic, but in times like these, I can't think of a better word to describe it except magical. This ability that we have to laugh, to find and celebrate our humanity when so many people don't want to see it, takes a kind of strength that does seem like magic, pure magic. And so that is why it is so under attack. So this Black History Month, people have said, it felt different. That's why we're doing Melanated March. People want to continue on the celebrations because we felt that extra attack. And my stance on this is that it's because we are the blueprint in how to behave during times of darkness and oppression. We don't give up. We have hope. We have hope. We have joy. We fight. We come together and we make change. The powers that be that want to stop that, they don't want anyone to see our history, to see our tools of resistance. They try to erase it. They try to burn the books, try to rewrite the history so that people aren't given the tools, the examples they need to fight back. The organization, the voting, the marching, the fight, the speeches, the inspiration. These are all things that people need when fighting an oppressive regime. This is how empires topple, when people come together and unite against them. And Black people have done that in very recent history. 60, 50, 70 years ago, there are people that were told that they couldn't, sit on a bus, couldn't eat in restaurants. These people are still alive. The people that stopped them from eating in the restaurants are still alive. It is not the not so distant past. We fight. We have hope. We resist. It is not impossible. This isn't the way things are supposed to be. This isn't the way things have to be. There is another way. And that is why Blackness is under attack, because we are the beacons. We are the shining example of what happens when you have hope. When everyone is telling you that it is hopeless, do not believe them. That is a lie. That is what Black History Month commemorates. That is what it celebrates. That is what it shows the world. And that is what they are trying to take away from us, our hope. Hope is powerful. Believe that you can make a difference. Believe that you can make a difference and a change. I do. I do every single day. We are powerful. We as a collective are powerful. I will end by talking about um, one of the surprisingly controversial instances that happened very recently, which was Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl. And what he did is a powerful example of what it means to have that hope and why it was so dangerous. If you watched that halftime show, the feeling that you felt, that energy, that uplifting, positive vibe, when those words, that banner that declared such powerful truth, that love is greater than hate, that feeling, that unity that he brought together of all the different nations. You know, when he talked about the Americas, just the symbolism and that beautiful piece of culture and love, that is the feeling that ignites powerful change and resistance. And this is why it's so dangerous to those that want to stop us from feeling that. Never lose that feeling. Remember it, cherish it, nurture it, even on the darkest days. It will serve you well. It will serve us all well. Do not give up hope. We will win. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and share this podcast. Share this message of hope with everyone. And as always, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're doing to preserve hope in these times. Talk to you next time.